Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and House Speaker Mike Johnson has just taken sides against President Donald Trump, and he's not going to be happy. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. President Donald Trump has been pretty firm on this. He believes the Epstein files are a joke. He believes they're a hoax. He believes there's no there. I respectfully disagree with the President of the United States, and so does Mike Johnson. When asked about it, and grilled about it really by reporters, Mike Johnson said he doesn't think it's a hoax. He does believe there's a there. But even if there's not, even if there's no smoking gun, and I don't believe there's a list, here's the list of the clients and here's what they did. I don't believe that exists. You have to be crazy to be a criminal mastermind like Epstein was, and then make a list like that. You'd have to be out of your mind. And he wasn't. He was evil, but he wasn't out of his mind. You can't be out of your mind and run a criminal enterprise like he did. Evil genius, actually, is probably more appropriate. But Mike Johnson does believe there is something there, and I believe that too. But if there's not, then just show us the files. Because you could talk about the grand jury and the judge said we won't release the grand jury testimony. Okay, but that's a fraction. That's a fraction of what's there. And we don't need a judge for that. And there's plenty outside of the grand jury testimony that could be released. In this case, there has to be. There was investigations done in Florida. There was investigations done by the Department of Justice. There has to be some evidence that you can show us. I agree with Johnson here, but I want you to take a look at this and let me know what you think in the comments.
The bipartisan push on Capitol Hill to force the Trump administration to provide more information on the Epstein investigation is intensifying. Today, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer demanded an all-Senate briefing on Justice Department files.
The Senate deserves to hear directly from senior administration officials about Donald Trump's name appearing in these files and the complete lack of transparency shown to date.
This as the pressure is mounting against House Speaker Mike Johnson from members of both parties to disclose more information. In an interview with CBS, Johnson claimed he wants full transparency.
We want full transparency. We want everybody who was involved in any way with the Epstein evils, let's call it what it was, to be brought to justice as quickly as possible. We want the full weight of the law on their heads.
This is not a hoax, in other words.
Oh, it's not a hoax. Of course not.
This all comes after a surprise victory yesterday led by the top Democrat on the Republican-led House Oversight Subcommittee to subpoena the Justice Department for Epstein files. The motion passed 8-2 with 3 Republicans joining Democrats. With us now is Congresswoman Summer Lee, a Democrat from Pennsylvania, who introduced the motion. Congresswoman, thanks so much for being with us. Before I ask you about your congressional action, I just want your reaction to Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and the announcement that his interview with Ghislaine Maxwell will continue to a second day tomorrow. What questions do you have about that?
I think that, Democrats, I know I certainly do. I think that people want to hear from Ghislaine Maxwell, but I do think it's important to put it into perspective, right? As we're going through this, right, we recognize that she's someone, who is not going to be a credible witness at this time, right? She's somebody who has something to gain by possibly protecting the president, by